When we fall in love, is it truly the other person we love, or is it a reflection of ourselves? Carl Gustav Jung, the father of analytical psychology, believed that our relationships are mirrors of our inner world. Every passion, every disappointment, every intense emotion we feel towards another is, in truth, a dialogue with the hidden parts of our soul. According to Jung, the path to love is inseparable from the path to self-knowledge. We don't just meet a partner, we meet our own shadow, the unconscious aspects of our personality that we often ignore. This is why relationships can be so exhilarating and yet so painful. They force us to face who we really are. Imagine you meet someone and feel an instant, magnetic attraction. Jung would say you have projected your anima, for men, or your animus, for women, onto that person. These archetypes represent our inner image of the opposite sex, formed by countless experiences, fantasies, and inherited symbols. In the early stages of love, we are not loving the real person. We are loving a projection of our deepest needs and dreams. This is why relationships often start with intense passion but later are challenged by disillusionment. If we do not become aware of this projection, we risk living forever in illusions, blaming our partner for not fulfilling an impossible ideal. But if we awaken, the relationship becomes a sacred journey of individuation, the process of becoming whole. Today, let's dive deep into Jung's theories to understand. Why do we fall in love? Why do we suffer? And how can true love be a path to psychological transformation? To truly understand Jung's view on love, we must first explore the concept of the shadow. The shadow represents everything within us that we deny, repress, or remain unaware of. It contains not only our weaknesses and flaws but also our hidden strengths, unexpressed passions, and forgotten potentials. When we enter a relationship, the shadow often appears disguised as intense emotional reactions. Have you ever found yourself irrationally angry, jealous, or fearful in a relationship, even when logic tells you otherwise? That's your shadow speaking. Jung taught that when we fall in love, we don't just see the light in the other person, we also encounter our shadow. Love draws out our insecurities, our fears of abandonment, our longing for validation. It forces us to confront parts of ourselves we would rather ignore. For example, a person who sees themselves as independent might be irresistibly attracted to someone who makes them feel needed and vulnerable. This attraction is not random. It is a call from the unconscious to embrace a part of themselves they have neglected. True love, then, is not about finding someone who completes us, but about awakening to our own wholeness. A partner is not a missing piece but a catalyst for inner growth. However, most people resist this painful self-revelation. Instead of facing their shadow, they blame their partner, seek new relationships, or live in perpetual dissatisfaction. Jung believed that only by embracing the shadow and integrating it into consciousness can we experience mature, authentic love. Another crucial Jungian concept for understanding love is the idea of anima and animus, the inner feminine and inner masculine. Every man carries within him an unconscious image of woman, the anima, and every woman carries an unconscious image of man, the animus. These archetypes influence not only who we are attracted to, but also how we relate to others. When a man meets a woman who embodies his anima, he feels enchanted. She seems perfect, almost divine. But this perception is not truly about her, it's about his own unconscious image of femininity. Similarly, when a woman meets a man who embodies her animus, she might experience a deep emotional connection that transcends rational understanding. At first, this projection creates euphoria and idealization. But over time, as reality intrudes, disappointment sets in. The partner cannot sustain the fantasy. They are human, not a symbol. If we cling to these projections, relationships deteriorate. We become disillusioned, resentful, even cruel. But if we recognize the anima and animus at work, we can withdraw the projection and start to see the other person as they truly are. Flawed, complex, real. This shift is painful but liberating. Instead of seeking salvation in the other, we begin the true work, integrating the anima or animus within ourselves, achieving inner harmony. In this light, love is not a fairy tale, it is an alchemical process of transformation. Let's talk about the painful but transformative role of conflict in relationships, according to Jung. Many people believe that conflicts mean a relationship is failing. Jung saw it differently. Conflicts are opportunities for growth. They reveal the unconscious wounds and unmet needs that each person brings into the relationship. Imagine a couple arguing about commitment. Beneath the surface, it's not just about dates or promises. It's about fear of abandonment, distrust, self-worth. Each partner is projecting their unresolved inner conflicts onto the other. If both partners recognize this dynamic, they can use conflict as a mirror for self-reflection rather than a weapon for blame. Jung emphasized the importance of dialogue, not just speaking, but truly listening to the unconscious messages behind words. He encouraged couples to see disagreements as sacred opportunities to know themselves and each other more deeply. Healing comes not by winning arguments, but by transforming them into mutual understanding. This process requires immense courage, honesty, and humility. Relationships, therefore, are not places to hide from our wounds. They are arenas where our souls are forged. Love is not comfort. It is the fire that burns away our illusions and reveals the gold within. If you avoid conflict, you avoid growth. If you face conflict with consciousness, you transform pain into wisdom. One of Jung's most profound insights is that real love is impossible without individuation. Individuation is the lifelong journey of becoming who you truly are, integrating the conscious and unconscious, embracing both your strengths and your flaws, and living authentically. In a relationship, individuation means not losing yourself in the other, but standing as two whole beings who choose each other freely. Most relationships fail because one or both partners seek to fill a void within themselves through the other. They hope that love will heal their inner emptiness, but this is impossible. Only self-knowledge and self-acceptance can do that. A conscious relationship is built not on dependency but on mutual respect, freedom, and growth. Each partner becomes a mirror and a companion on the other's journey toward wholeness. This kind of love is rare because it demands radical self-responsibility. You must face your fears, heal your wounds, and cultivate your own soul. But when two individuated beings come together, their love is not a chain, it is wings. They uplift and inspire each other without trying to possess or control. Jung believed that such relationships are not just personally fulfilling, they are spiritually transformative. They point the way to the higher possibilities of human life. In conclusion, Carl Jung teaches us that love is not what we think it is. It is not the fantasy of finding a perfect partner who will save us. It is the sacred work of awakening to our own unconscious depths, confronting our shadows, integrating our anima and animus, and walking the path of individuation. Relationships are not havens from suffering. They are crucibles of transformation. Every attraction, every disappointment, every conflict is an invitation to deeper self-knowledge. When we stop blaming others and start seeing relationships as mirrors of our own soul, we reclaim our power. We realize that true love is not about possession or perfection. It is about growth, freedom, and wholeness. So the next time you fall in love, ask yourself, what part of myself am I meeting through this person? What does this relationship reveal about my inner world? Let love be your greatest teacher. Let every heartbreak be a doorway to deeper wisdom. Let every connection be a sacred encounter with the mystery of your own being. Remember, in the end, the most important relationship you will ever have is the one with yourself. Thank you for watching this video. We ask you to subscribe to our channel and like this video. Also, activate the notification bell to be notified about our posts. See you in the next video.